Hey everybody, Granny Unplugged here. We're going to do a keto version of crab Rangoon. It is also going to be gluten-free, of course, because y'all know anytime I'm doing anything in my dishes, it's going to be gluten-free. Super easy. There's only a few ingredients that go into this recipe. Of course, like any recipe, you can add, delete, whatever you want to do with the ingredients. But this is one version that I do, and we will get started here. All right, so bear with me. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. All right, now, I got that done. We put our gloves on, and so for this recipe that I'm doing, we're going to do 1 stick of butter, and I always use the Country Crock plant butter. There's just the butter that I use for my cooking and stuff like that. With your crab meat, especially if you have celiac disease like I do, be very careful whenever you're purchasing crab meat, because shocker here, a lot of it contains gluten, so you want to make sure that you're getting a brand that is definitely gluten-free. The closest store to me that carries it is Ingles, and this right here is the brand. Transocean is also a gluten-free version. Just always check the packaging to make sure, because just because, and if you have celiac disease and you've dealt with this long enough, you know, just because you purchase something one time and it's gluten-free does not mean whenever you go to purchase it again, it's going to be gluten-free. So you always want to double check and verify that it's gluten-free. But this right here, we're going to use this crab meat. I thinly sliced up some green onion. You can do, if you don't want to do green onions, you can do whatever type of whatever type of onions you want. I like the green onions in this particular recipe. And then I'm doing 2 blocks of cream cheese. You can do whatever brand of cream cheese you want. Our wrap is actually going to be mozzarella cheese. So we're not going to do this just yet. We're going to get our mix together, let it cook. Once it's done, while it's cooling, I'll show you what we do with our mozzarella cheese to make it a wrap. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, hold on, let me get you guys pointed down real quick, okay, so you can see what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to pause you, wash my hands again, and I'll be right back. Okay, now let's do started. This right here is one of my favorites. And with celiac disease, the restaurants around me do not have this in a gluten-free version. So the only way that I get crab Rangoon is if I make it. So I love it. Which, in all honesty, I kind of prefer making my stuff anyway, just because I can control the ingredients that go in it. All right, so we've got our butter in here. Let's turn our eye on, and we're going to want to melt our butter. While our butter is melting, I'll show you guys 2 of the sauces that I use. This sauce you can get from Aldi. It is a gluten-free sauce. Now, not all of their sauces are gluten-free, so you always want to make sure that you are, again, looking at the label. And remember, just because you purchase it once it's gluten-free does not mean when you go back it's going to be gluten-free. So always do your due diligence. I'll get it out in a minute. For your health and your safety, and always check. But this right here is a really good sauce. You can use this to dip your Rangoons in, or however you want to use it. This is another sauce that I really like. A lot of soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, things like that are not going to be gluten-free. So you always want to make sure that the one that you're getting is gluten-free. This one right here is one of the healthier, more tasty ones. There are a few brands out that will give you a gluten-free option. This one is also certified gluten-free, and it doesn't have a lot of the extra ingredients in it. So those are the sauces that I have on hand. So once your butter is getting melted, we're going to add the onions. Let me just do this. Alright. And I did a little over 6 ounces of green onion. Again, measurement wise, do whatever you prefer, your taste buds. When you're cooking and you're using a recipe, you can definitely change it up to however you want it. Whatever your taste buds, your family, or whatever prefers. Alright. And we'll use this. Alright, so I'm going to, and you can even, there are times whenever I will occasionally add garlic to this as well and let the garlic cook up while the green onions are cooking up. I'm not doing that this time, but you definitely, you know, can add some garlic to it if you want. So we're going to let that cook whenever, and I'm just letting it basically heat up and kind of soften the green onions up a bit, and then kind of get that aroma going from the onions. And then we're going to add our crab meat and cream cheese. If I can talk, we'll be doing good. I'm trying not to say so much because I've noticed whenever I've been rewatching my videos, I say that way too much. So I really am trying to calm that down. We're going to cook this up for a bit. I'll, let it go for, maybe 5 minutes. Then I'm going to add our crab meat, and you want to kind of flake the crab meat up. So I'll put that in there, and we're going to cook that. I'll add a little bit of salt, and I like pepper in mine as well, so I'll do a little salt, a little pepper. We're going to let all of that kind of warm up together and kind of get those tastes together in there. And then we're going to add the cream cheese, and we're going to stir the cream cheese until it's all incorporated and melted kind of together. Then I will turn it off while it's cooling. I will show you guys how to do the mozzarella slices to make them a wrap. I'm also going to do up some, oh shoot a frog, mozzarella sticks. I'm going to get those done up and in the freezer. So, during the week, if I'm doing something and it's like, oh, let's have some mozzarella sticks with it, I can very easily cook those up pretty quickly. They're going to be a keto version, and you can do the keto mozzarella sticks 2 ways. One way that I've done them is take the mozzarella sticks, freeze them. It's really good if you freeze them overnight, just to get them solid all the way through, kind of firm. Then you can wrap your bacon strips around them. You can do like bacon wrapped mozzarella cheese sticks, and put toothpicks on each side to kind of hold the bacon strips in place. And then you put it in the oven and you bake it. I'm going to do some that are breaded, but we're going to use a pork rind for the breading to make them keto and make them healthier. Oh, look. Y'all see how bubbly and Beautiful that looks, and it is smelling, ooh, so divine. Heck yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now let me do this. We're going to do our crab meat. Add it a little. Oh, new cricket. I had to get a new spoon. That's all right. All right. Now we're going to take our crab meat. And this is just 8 ounces. So the recipe that I'm doing is 8 ounces of crab meat. We're going to put it in here, and then I'll get it where it's all like flaked up. Listen to me. Talking real countrified there. You can get some crab meat. I think the Trans-Ocean has some that's done in the flake salt. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, hold on. It's done it's the flaky style. Our store where I get mine was out, so I was not able to get that kind. Let's do, we'll do this spoon right here. Let me just put it over here. But, oh, I know what would be good. Use that to, let's see if this works. I've not used it. I've used this on all kinds of other things, but never my crab meat. So let's just see. Ooh. Until it's in that butter, it's so slippery. I should have probably done this before putting it down in here, but oh well. You just want to make sure and I have an extra pack of crab meat, so if I feel like I need to add more, I can. But I'm just going to try and chop this up. I might use my spoon to chop it up a little more, maybe, since it's being so slippery with that butter. This is good even if, you know, I mean, you just want to eat healthier, but you still want like these special little treats like the crab are getting. Not necessarily that you have to eat gluten-free. I have not found, not that, I don't know, doing it this way, I don't even know that I would, even if I did find gluten-free wraps for this. I don't know that I would use them just because I like the keto version. I like the fact that I can have this and still feel good about eating healthy. So, or, you know, somewhat healthy, because You can see it's got lots of butter down in there, but that's all good. All right, yeah, that's good. I can chop it up more as we go. Just act like it's somebody that you're mad at. You're going to take that aggression out and stab that crab meat and get it chopped up. You're upset about something, it's a good way to take that aggression out. And once you get it chopped up, you see where, you know, I mean, it's like thin little sheets. Alright, that's good. So now I'm just going to do, because I like salt and pepper in mine, I'm going to turn this down a little. Just give that a stir. And you can see it does not take long to cook this up either. Let's turn that down a little. Okay, we're going to add our cream cheese. This cream cheese I've had out softening a little longer than my other block. So this one's going to be a little softer. And you just dump it down in there. I mean, like I said, this is a super easy, no fuss type of recipe. Jimmy Cricket. No. Now we're just going to stir this. I don't really need that right now. You just want to get all of this cream cheese melted. Until this is the block that wasn't sitting out for a hot minute. I've already got the oven preheating. It's already preheated. So to do our wraps, we're going to put our mozzarella cheese in the oven to melt. And you want to preheat your oven to 375. So it's already preheated. It beeped just a few minutes ago. I've done this recipe with like different, I went with that word again, sorry, with different onions. It's just, to me, I like the green onions, the kind of taste and texture that it gives. But definitely feel free to, you know, use whatever you like. And if you don't want onion, don't put onion in it. Like I said, whenever it comes to cooking, there are no rules. Just get in there and do what makes your heart happy. That's what I say. So what I'm going to do while that is kind of combining and coming together, I will show you guys real quick. Now for the cheese, I take parchment paper and I just line a baking pan with parchment paper. And you can also, you do not have to do mozzarella cheese if you don't with this recipe. I haven't tried it with a different type of cheese. However, I will say I have been kind of thinking about trying it with some provolone. So I thought that might be really good. And you just want all of this to kind of come together and melt. Let it continue to warm up while we get our cheese ready. If you do try this and you try a different type of cheese, let me know what you think. What cheese you use, what you thought, what's your opinion. Okay. Then with your mozzarella cheese, you're just simply going to line your pan with it. And this depends on how big your pan is, how many slices of cheese you can do at one time. Okay, so I'm doing 8 slices. I'm going to put the rest of these right in here. Then all you do with your mozzarella is you just put it in your oven. You want to watch it very closely because you don't want it to like melt and start spreading. You don't want to over brown it. You just put it in your oven, watch it closely. The time frame is going to vary for different ovens. You just want it to kind of melt just a little and get warm where you can fold it. So that's the main goal for your cheese, is you want to be able to fold it whenever you're using it as a wrap. So we're going to stick it in here. Got cream cheese or something on our spoon. Yeah, that looks good. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is I will put a lid on this. I'm going to stick our cheese in the oven, and once our cheese is ready, we will come back and I'll show you what we're going to do from there. Alright guys, we are back. I got our cheese melted. It was 5-10 minutes maybe. So you want it to be like brown but not like burnt or anything. And I like mine a little bit crispier than a lot of people probably like theirs. So this is what mine looks like. Of course, whenever you're doing yours, you make it to your liking. Now what we're going to do is take a scoop, you put it right in the middle. And I kind of I put it in the middle, and then I kind of put it down a little just because I like to have a little bit in each bite. Then you take your mozzarella and you fold it. And you want to do this while the mozzarella is still warm. Do that. Fold it over. That might be a little too much in that one. it over. Just mash it down, and then that way it kind of seals where the cheese is still a little greasy, I guess is one way of doing that. Fold it over, smash it down, and that just seals it. And you can get, like I'm sure you could get fancy with the way you fold them, but I do not try to get fancy with the way I fold them. I just fold them over and go with it. Ooh, hot. Hot tamale, hot tamale. You can kind of, you know, if you have let your Rangoon mix cool enough, then you can kind of play with it with your hands to kind of get it molded the way you want to mold it. And once you get the first set done, you just melt more cheese and do it up until you use all of your mixture. You can also, I've seen people do like crab Rangoon dip. So you can do some of these, do some of your mix for a dip. I've seen, here recently I saw a crab Rangoon pizza. I was like, oh, that sounds kind of interesting, actually. So you can even do that. Whatever you want to do. And that's just, now how easy, you guys, how easy is that? Boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. You're done. Like, how easy is that? You can do your mozzarella. You could melt mozzarella cheese and do so many different things. And do it where it is so much healthier. You could do like raviolis, and you can use your mozzarella slice for like your pasta. So get creative. Shoot a frog. Get creative in the kitchen. Come up with new things. I was going to tell you guys too, let me show you. Here's something, especially if you have to be gluten-free. This pie crust is gluten-free. It's from a brand that they do gluten-free items. My husband loves, I will take this in the box. You get 2 crusts in the box. I will take a crust and do a garlic butter all over it, put mozzarella cheese on it, then put some bacon bits on it, and then a small little coverage of mozzarella cheese again. Bake it. It is amazing. He absolutely loses his mind when I make that. He really loves it. So that's, you know, another quick gluten-free item that you guys can do as well. I did that. I made those yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, as a matter of fact, for him. Let me see. Sorry, I didn't mean to cover y'all up with my hand. But I made those yesterday for him, and he just went bonkers. So that's something quick, easy. I had a little bite of it because he was like, oh my God, you have to try these. And he has done that every time I've made that. So I tried like a little bite of it, but because of the carbs, I don't really eat much of it, just because I am on a weight loss journey. So, and hence this right here, and then me doing the keto mozzarella sticks, which I will video doing those as well, so you guys can see the process for doing those. All right, well, I guess that's about it. I'm going to get off of here. It is almost time for me to start dinner. I'm doing cube steak, mashed potatoes. I'm not for sure what veggie I'm going to do yet. I know potatoes are veggie, but a non-starchy veggie, because I won't do potatoes. And homemade biscuits that are gluten-free as well. So, and I'll have to do a video making the gluten-free biscuits as well for you guys. But that's it. I'm going to go ahead and hop off and finish getting my stuff together. I'm going to probably put the rest of my mix in a container and put that up for like later this week. I can have it. If our daughter knows that I've made it, she will come over and grab some, I'm sure, because she's a big crab Rangoon fan. So she may end up coming over and grabbing the rest. Who knows with that child? She's crazy, but we love her. She's our princess. And you can tell it. Okay, anyway, that's enough. I can talk about my kids and my grandkids all day long. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Peace out. Granny will see you later.